you will get specific objections on the door. You will also get specific objections closing a deal. So here we're going to talk about specifically closing objections. Yes, for both objections, the main thing you have to do is listen, actually understand your customer, have a genuine interest to put them in a better situation. Make sure you actually understand that customer and don't assume anything. Try to put yourself in their shoes and find out exactly why they're saying whatever they're saying. All of that is true, just like the lead generation objections we went over, but you'll have a couple different ones and it's good to know what you're going to get. So one you might get is, what if the new homeowner doesn't want it? What if I'm moving and I'm selling the house and the new owner says, well, I just don't want it? That might be one. What if the customer just wants to move? They say, well, what if we want to move? What are we supposed to do with this, right? New tech, what if new tech comes out next year? What if an issue happens? What if we need to repair, what if a kid throws a golf ball at my solar panels and breaks it? What if in 3 years I just say, you know what? This has been great, but I just don't want this crap on my roof anymore. So these are some little things. Another thing is a friend might say, or they might say this to you, my friend said, if I go solar, I get a punishment bill from the utility. So yeah, we aren't thinking we want to do it anymore. Another thing might be, well, my friend said you get a lien on your house. I don't want to put a lien on my house. I also don't want to acquire any more debt. My debt to income ratio is really bad and I'm trying to pay stuff off and I don't want to do any of that. Another one might be, I don't want to have a credit check because my credit sucks and I just want to make sure no one look at my credit, whatever. I think it's a conspiracy. Credit checks are mad, whatever it is. It might be something that someone says. And then no decisions today. I'm not going to make any decisions today. I'm thinking that today's not my day. We're just going to talk about it today. But my main thing that I want to make sure that I clarify is I'm going to think on it. So we're not going to do it today, just so you know. Those are pretty much the general objections you're going to get from a customer when you're closing a deal. Understand that that's all they are, is an objection that is a figment of their imagination. They believe 100% that is a real thing and a real issue that they have. Your job is to put yourself in their body and understand their point of view to where you can educate them on how it's a figment of their imagination and not a real thing. So if it's being a new owner doesn't want it, you have to, again, ask questions, finding out why they would possibly say that. And have some stats where you can Google it. Like Google right in front of them. How often does someone not want solar panels on a home that they're buying? Google will populate something and it will be so super low. And like, for an example for me, I almost have 1,000 customers. I never had someone call me and say, Toby, you screwed me over and the new homeowner doesn't want it. I hate you. It doesn't happen. So if you can have that kind of conviction when you're talking to someone, it's really, really good. You got to understand that it just doesn't happen. People assume and know the home has solar because the pictures show solar panels on the roof. They don't usually go to a house and say, I don't want this. It's like coming into a house and saying, you know what? Your pool's great. I need you to remove your pool though. Take your pool with you and then I'll buy your house. It does not happen. Same thing with solar. You shouldn't be getting that. If you do, you just got to understand and educate people. Again, that is it's just funny. If they're talking about moving, it's the same thing. New person's going to assume it. They know it's going to be just transferable. You can also bring it with you. If new tech comes out, who cares? New tech comes out every single day in every single industry. Does that matter? If it works and it's efficient, as a 25-year guarantee for you where it's going to work for 25 years, what does it matter? It doesn't. It's like just because a new phone comes out every single year, does that mean you have to get the new phone or your other phone doesn't work? No. If you have any issues or repair maintenance, guess what? Most places don't take care of that. That's the difference between us. We actually take care of that for you. We will make sure that we are repairing any components on that side. But again, all of these things, you got to make sure that you're diving in. I'm just giving really surface level answers on each of these, but you need to make sure you're asking questions and going into this with your customer where it's, okay, so you heard about, like, you don't want lien on your home. This would be a good one to dive into. Great. So do you have a friend that had lien put on their home because they got solar panels? Or where is this coming from? Well, I just heard about it. Okay, was it from, did you hear about it online, a friend, a video? What was it? Find out, dive in why they're saying that. Okay, so you heard from your friends, cousins, brothers, sisters, brothers, cousins, friends, nieces, nephews, brothers, cousins, sister, that they put a lien on your home. Am I right? Okay. So now that we clarified that, that's the only reason you have an issue with a lien, right? Do you even know what a lien is? So what we do with solar panels we put on the home, no, there's no lien on your actual property, but we do have what's called a mechanics lien, meaning until you buy those solar panels, they're ours. That's it. Nothing to do with your house. There's no lien on your property. If you don't make a payment towards that, worst thing we can do is come and remove our equipment from your home. You still have your home. That's all we do. We don't put a lien on your house, but we do have a lien on the equipment saying that that equipment is ours until you own it. Does that make sense? You just got to find out exactly what people are curious about and why they're saying what they're saying. Once you go over those certain specific things and you can actually educate a customer on it, you're good to go. So liens, that's one thing. Credit, we do soft credit checks. You don't have to worry about that. Don't want to make any decisions today. Great, we just want to get the ball rolling. All we can do today is literally just sign the paperwork, see if you're particularly eligible on just some of our criteria. We still have to check out your rooftop to see if you're even able to do it that way. Literally on your neighborhood, we're only able to do it for 2 out of 3 homes. Let's just see if we can do it and get it going today. There's like a 30 to 45 days that you could think about it. That's enough time for you, right? Or you can even say, great, you know what? I'm starving. I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat. I'll give you about 30 minutes to think on it and I'll be back in 30. Sound good? You just wanna make sure all of these things, you have things to say, but the main thing is don't just say that right away. All of these responses are great, but if you don't listen and understand that customer situation, they mean nothing. So make sure you're asking them at least 3 to 4 to 5 questions to actually find out about their situation, how to help them resolve that to where you're actually answering their question. Because that might answer the question for you, but is it answering the question for them? That's how you become a great salesperson.